Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 45 of Chubby Cat. This is, I guess, last week's was the Gentleman's Podcast. So we'll call this one the Toasty Men. We didn't think of a cool...
Baking?
The Baking Men? That sounds not what I want to portray us as.
I don't know. Broiled?
The Broiled? The Bear's Den.
The Bear's Den.
Welcome to the Bear's Den.
Yeah. Huh, that works. Sounds a little creepy.
It does sound a little creepy, but oh my god, dude, I got bit by something at the park. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But hey, it's me, Tom, and I'm joined by my singular brother,
Sterling.
Yeah.
Sorry I missed you last week, folks.
Yeah, he has responsibilities and jobs and whatnot. And then this week, Jay just left us.
Yeah, abandoned us.
Doesn't care about us anymore. Basically, we now do not have a studio whatsoever. We've been kicked out of everywhere we've tried to claim as our own little slice of recording heaven. And so for the first time, we're recording at Sterling's house.
Yeah,
in his bedroom.
We're in my bedroom.
Yeah, so kind of feel like a pirate radio almost because I'm so mobile. So instead of being out on international waters, it's more like I'm just mobile, so I'm just all over the place. There's
a thought. Have we considered looking into just getting a boat and dock space? I mean, is it much more than trying to rent a studio or a business area?
I don't know, but I mean, you have to get a boat, insurance for a boat, renting a dock space.
I mean, do we really have to get insurance for the boat? I don't
know. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure we could. I'm just saying, it's just a studio boat.
Yeah, studio boat.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Studio Boat.
The SS Chubby Cat.
The SS Chubs.
Oh, God, I love it.
It is the dream.
The concept.
One day we'll have a yacht, and it'll be so sick. It's going to get extremely toasty in your room.
Oh, yeah. No, it's already starting to bake.
Yeah.
The light situation, they are very much...
Yeah, they're very
hot. And they are putting off a lot of heat. Yeah, you can dim those. Just set the mood a little bit. Creepier.
Hello, and welcome to the Bear's Den. Now this really does look like the Bear's Den.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a picture of Sterling. Sterling hopefully will take a picture of me.
Yes.
And we'll post them online because this is quite funny. But it was very hot.
Tom has done some
just know
lighting.
Why we did it this way.
A lot of eye contact.
It was a lot of eye contact. A lot of side eye.
Facing right. Yeah.
Yeah, but Sterling has 3 fans set up in this room to keep it moderately cool. Does it keep nice in here?
At night, when the temperature finally drops, yes.
Yeah. It's been hot in San Diego, so I understand.
It's been toasty and humid.
Humid, yeah. I was commenting it's gross that it's hotter in the morning than it is at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. It's actually nice. But anyways, podcast, 2-man, Bear's Den, mood lighting. Biggest thing I think we did this weekend that I really want to talk about is Humans versus Zombies. That was pretty fun.
I can't get enough of it. It was
Shout
fantastic.
out to Mark from Meetup who put the group together.
Really badass. Great guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. It was a good group, good turnout of people. Definitely was trying to think of so for those who don't know, Humans versus Zombies is basically, it's almost like a form of tag.
Yeah.
But the humans get Nerf guns, and then there's people who are zombies that chase the people with Nerf guns, and humans have objectives.
Yeah.
And we went out and played.
It's a great way to just elevate your tag game.
Yeah.
For one, make it more adult. I'm sure if you added drinking, it would even pull more people in, but,
Yeah.
There's also a movie where it takes place literally called Humans versus Zombies, where they play the game in the movie, and then an actual zombie apocalypse happens.
Oh, yeah, it's the one that takes place at the college, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
But yeah, it was good. The objectives were fun. I was a zombie for all of it, so didn't really get to use my guns, unfortunately. But everyone liked my war chest.
Yeah, your war chest was clutch. It was impressive.
It was.
Tom went out and built himself a Nerf war chest that was next level.
Yeah, I wanted to be ready, and the people needed guns, so it all worked out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I had fun. You and me both. You got a rash. I think I just got bug bites, but I'm looking at my arms right now, and they're covered in bug bites.
Yeah, I got some sort of. My legs actually have some weird little bug bites. I'm not quite sure of when that happened, but
just shows how much we go outside.
I know, it really does. I spend all my time indoors working now, so that's it. And I'm just not used to getting my fleshy grub husk out there in the sun.
Yeah. Dude, and changing in the car, I felt so bad. Like, when I took off my pants, like, I wafted a fume.
Yeah.
I felt so bad.
That was some real man...
I had some man funk just...
Man funk.
It come out of me. I was just like, damn, I gotta put pants back on to contain this.
Yeah.
This radiation leak. It was bad. Because I was wearing compression underwear and then running around in the sun for like 3 hours. Just made a good man stew.
Yeah, as soon as your pants came off, it just hit us.
It escalated.
I wasn't looking back, nor was Jason, but we're like, your pants came off, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I can only imagine if all three of us had our pants off like normal.
Yeah. Would have been bad.
Wouldn't have been.
I think I just threw it.
I threw it from the way. No, because I took it to the dark place.
What?
All right. What if we're going like episode 6 level here right now?
Damn. Okay, let me crack my neck. Ain't ready.
Right.
All right.
Your wife comes to you after 5 years of glorious marriage. You have 2 beautiful children, a house, a nice job, a pension, just got a puppy, right? Just put Nana in a nursing home. She's been living with you for the last couple of years. It's kind of put a strain on the marriage, but like finally, like, you know, she's out of the house, she's happy, so now you guys are happy. But you're in bed, you're watching The Voice. Your wife looks at you and goes, you know what's something I've always wanted to try that gets me like really hot, that used to get me hot in college? I just want your man stank, like underwear wrung out all over my body. So for the next month, you have to save up your underwear of the rankest sorts.
I go to the gym and work out for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like work outside, and then I just store them in like a Tupperware that I seal.
Yeah, you just wring them out in a mason jar.
Oh.
It's like a milky fluid.
Oh God! You just had to include the milky fluid part.
I almost feel like it would congeal like bacon fat, like that you pour into like a cup that you don't want to pour down the drain.
Oh God! I mean, I'll be honest, that wouldn't stop me at all. but it sounds awful.
It does sound awful. I wonder if you can make soap with that.
Probably.
Oh God!
There's probably a little fat content.
Yeah. I got like the taste in my mouth. I don't know why.
Stop, please, for the love of God.
Like I was imagining, like, you know, sometimes people cook with bacon fat, like just like taking a spoonful of that and just throwing it in the pan.
Oh, I mean, yeah, bacon fat and things is great, but no. Just can we not? I feel like it would be salty at first and then just be awful.
It tastes like Dawn's soap. For some reason, I got Dawn's soap.
There we go. It's Dawn's soap. I don't know if that helps or hurts people.
I don't know. But I'm about to drink one of these Cokes.
Yeah, please.
They're coming in clutch.
Please pass one of the small cans, please.
They may explode.
Yeah.
But since it's just you and me here, I thought it'd be cool. Do you have any new recipes you would like to share with us?
I do. This one is called the Ramen Rito.
The Ramen Rito. All right.
Yeah.
I think I kind of know where it's going to go from the title.
Yeah. You think you do.
Right.
So they do get... the detainees do get beans. They can order beans from the commissary.
Okay.
And
like refried beans
like
or
refried,
full bean, like whole bean?
They can do whole bean, like black beans, and can, or not really a can, but it's like a packet, because they can't have cans, for obvious reasons. But yeah, so they do. They get both refried beans and black beans, and I think pinto beans as well.
All right.
And so what they do is they take ramen, even though I believe they can order tortillas, I think it's pricey.
They're going right for a flour tortilla.
In a detention center or prison. And so they take the ramen noodles, crushed up with water, crushed up really fine, and then they roll it out into a circle, and then they go and they cook it in the microwave till they get a flat ramen noodle based tortilla. And then they take the beans and they get ground up, they get cheese in this cheese like squeeze. It's like from I wish it was like a can of like whiz cheese or something like that. No, it's this plastic container with squeezable
like
cheese.
Nacho cheese or
just squeezable cheddar. Okay. It literally I've seen the picture and they advertise it like on like actual pictures like for the commissary in each housing unit. I'm like, that is squeezable cheese. Nothing about that sounds delectable or happy. They also advertised at the same place with bagels. So I'm like, are people squeezing this cheese out of this like mayonnaise-esque container onto bagels and eating it? And the only thing I can think of is, yeah, probably.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, and this is because they don't, and I'll just say, they don't like meatloaf night.
Okay.
It happens like once every couple weeks.
Is it because the meatloaf is like the remaining meats from the rest of the other weeks?
No,
or?
it's like fresh ground beef meatloaf, but nobody likes meatloaf in the facility. Well, actually, the guys always eat it, but a lot of the women detainees do not like meatloaf.
And they can elect not go to meal, I'm assuming?
Yeah, so like, all right, we're not going to chow. And then that's the night they make ramen Ritos, and they put sriracha in it, and like hot sauces, because they can order hot sauces, so people love their sauce in prison.
Yeah, that's what you're...
literal sauce, and then like when you're using it in place of like alcohol too, they do like that.
That's what you're saying, like about your jams? Or spreads, that's what it is.
And so they've got, like a hot sauce that they put in their beans, and they roll up these ramen tortillas, and they have ramen Rito night.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think we should make videos of us trying to make these things and eat them.
I think so too. I've actually found like some instructions online on like a few recipes, and then people in the pods are like, yeah, we'll tell you about how we make it. It's like, sweet. I'll just jot these quick notes down.
Right? It's a lot. It's a lot though. 1 second, I think. Testing. Hi. Hello?
Did I tell you? Nice. Anytime we have a moment of quiet, we actually have live cricket sounds from outside of the window. It's great.
That's what we call production value.
Really up that wow factor. But yeah, did I tell you about the sriracha roulade?
No.
Oh, great. I've been saving up for this one. Again, using the vegetable medley from these packs of ramen, they mix it all up into like I can't call it anything truly like culinary. It looks like a slurry. It'll slurry veggies and sriracha.
Okay.
And so they get that all prepped, and they add some like spices, because they can order like various spices and hot sauce, and they mix that all up. And then they can get rice. It's like a Zatarain's-esque rice box. And so they heat up the rice, and they pound it, and they kind of roll it out into a flat. And then they spread this sriracha mixture in the middle, and then they roll it, and then they cook it in the microwave, and it makes like a vaguely rice-composed long bun. And it's like a sriracha roulade is all I can call it, because that's what it is. And
who's like the first person to try that shit? Like, who's like, I mean, I guess, okay, you got some time on your hands. You're gonna fucking figure out how to entertain yourselves. Mm-hmm. And one of those things is, I have a box of rice, I have sriracha and some spices. I'm just gonna mash it for a while.
Yeah.
And then someone was just like, fuck this, I'm just gonna mash rice for an hour because it's gonna occupy me.
Yeah.
And then they're like, fuck, I'm hungry. I just smashed all my rice. I'm just gonna put it in the microwave. And then came out like as like a flat disc, and I'm like, oh, the things I could do with this flat disc.
Or this like sheet of rice-esque like bread. I don't even know, like.
Yeah. So what it sounds like, now follow me down this, is poor college kids should have like, they should go and learn how to cook. Absolutely. From detainees.
My thinking is do it like an exchange. For one, it's a great public service thing, but they can like teach them English, math, and other things of that nature, and in exchange the detainees can teach them cooking skills with like on a low budget
with a microwave and a toaster
oven. Yeah. I think it would be brilliant.
Can you imagine one of the detainees like on MasterChef?
Oh,
and just being like, what the fuck is this pan doing here? All you need is that.
Just the microwave that's in the staff room.
Yeah.
Bring it to me.
Like, that's the mystery box. Like, they lift and it's just all like microwaves on their chop boards, and they're like, today's meals can be completely cooked using this.
There's just one guy. He's just super excited.
Yeah, he's like, yes, I'm ready for this.
I've been prepared. Do you want another recipe?
No, we did two. I feel like we should save some more.
Oh, I have a great one for next week. Then.
Yeah, tease it. Drip. Yeah, we'll drip the ball sweat.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. I was gonna say honey into the ear, but I guess with the ball sweat.
It was a callback to the jar of ball sweat. Jesus.
Jar of body oil. Oh God.
That'd almost be that'd be the best way to market it.
Yeah.
I think, like,
jar o' body oil.
I mean, would that be misleading? Like, this is the body oil of a man.
I feel like there's a market for it. I wish there wasn't, but I feel like there is.
There has to be.
It's just like that theory that if there's something out there with a vague interest, there's a porn for it.
I can't find my topic if they're there. So the other day, so I'm working part-time right now, Old Navy, right?
Yes,
and, you know, one of my jobs is to provide customer service.
Yeah.
Customer service. And I was in the baby department, and there was this woman shopping, and she kind of had her back turned to me. And I walked up on her, and I was like, "Hi, you find everything okay?" And I guess I startled her, and she farted really loud. Like, kind of farted and, like, kind of turned around real quick at me.
Okay.
And I kind of was just standing there. Luckily, I was, like, out of the blast radius.
Yeah. This is the human equivalent to a skunk's reaction to being startled.
But, you know, still, like, it was one of those things where I could tell she was embarrassed.
Yeah.
So I kind of just, like, turned around and, like, walked away, you know, trying to help her save face. But, like, have you ever had a moment where you were so startled, not so much like you farted, but something embarrassing happened, like, and you wish you just weren't there?
Huh. I'm trying to think. I do have one that was startling. Was in a fabric store with my whole family. We were looking for something for my sister. And my dad and I were just walking around. I was wearing a pair of, like, gym shorts, like, from, like, middle school. They were blue. They had, like, a pull tie. You know, they're elasticy. And as we're walking around, you stop for a second, and then all of a sudden, my shorts are down by my ankles, and there are a bunch of old ladies standing around. I'm like, oh crap! So I reach down to get them, and I stumble, and I kind of like trip forward and do like the waddle, like my pants around my ankles, and look around, and then I pull them up. There's my dad standing behind me, busting up. He has just pantsed me. This is the first time it's ever happened, so I've just now learned of what pantsing was. What a pantsing was. And, like, it wasn't a bully. It wasn't like some joke like friend school. No, it was my dad punking me in a yardage town or something of that nature. I forget what the name of the place was, but yeah.
It's fucking savage.
Yeah.
That is savage.
Mm-hmm.
That is Randy Savage, I'd say.
Good reference. But yeah, and so that was one of those, like, super embarrassing moments. I'm trying to think. Do you have one while I'm thinking?
I had the one Halloween. I went trick-or-treating, but I didn't really have a costume because it was kind of middle school, like 7th grade. And I was with my friend Devin at the time, and he's like, I was handing out candy. We're scaring kids, you know, as middle schoolers do, because we're too cool. But he's like, we should hit up some houses, you know, like this may be one of our last years. And I was like, okay, but I don't have a costume. And he's like, just find something to put on.
Costume-like, yeah.
Yeah, and so I put on, like, my hoodie, and I grabbed, like, this mask, right? And it was Jason's mask.
Oh, okay, nice.
But to me at the time, it was just a mask. And I grabbed it, and we start trick-or-treating. And finally get to this one house, and the guy does the thing like, oh, like, are you supposed to be, like, a cop? Oh, what are you supposed to be? And then he goes, oh, and you're Jason? And I remember, like, lifting up my mask going, like, no, I'm Thomas. And my friends just gave me shit about it for an entire year. And I had no idea until finally one day I saw Friday the 13th. And I was like, I'm a fucking idiot. So stupid.
That's a good moment. That's good. Yeah. That's a good learning experience.
There's also some times in college where so I took all my prereqs, like I got everything done early, took summer school, and so my last couple of years were just all film classes.
Yeah.
And there was one semester where I took all production classes. Excuse me. So meaning like I was taking like 16 units, but they were all project classes. So like I was at school for like 12 hours a day.
Dusk to dawn.
Yeah, working on something. And then I was working as well. And then I was also trying to have a social dating life.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
That's right.
Yeah. And it's also around the time where like a lot of new movies were coming out, and I was like big on midnight releases.
Oh God, yes.
So I was going to like midnight release after midnight release and just not sleeping. And I was like, I would fall asleep in classes all the time. But this one day, this girl I was interested in was like, oh, do you want, like, The Hobbit was coming out. She's like, do you want to go see Hobbit? And I was like, yeah. So I meet her at the movie theater, and it's been like it's been like another long day.
Yeah.
And, we're chatting it up, and we're excited to see the movie. Movie starts, and I definitely wake up halfway through the movie from me snoring. Like, me snoring woke me up. I remember just waking up and, like, looking over at the girl next to me and going, oh, shit. Like, I definitely was, like, snoring pretty loud, and fuck.
Yeah, that'll do it.
We didn't have a follow-up date. We did not. Yeah.
I feel like you really could have parlayed that into something.
How so?
With a little effort. I was like, well, you've already heard me snoring, so
yeah, I was already
get to know the rest of me.
I was already tired. I was already like, fuck it. That was like the first of 3 other movies I fell asleep in during midnight releases.
Yeah, that's
I just
that's savage.
Yeah. I still have never seen the middle part of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Really?
Yeah, I slept through it.
Wow.
In the movie theater, and I just haven't seen it again. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that was another midnight chunk.
Yeah. Yeah, I just was sleepy. My superpower is I can fall asleep anywhere, so.
You really can. It's impressive.
Yeah, I shut down, and I'm just like, oh, it's bedtime. Yeah, so good.
Awkward situations.
Yeah. I'm actually.
You look like you're about to fall asleep
I'm like,
right now, man.
I was like closing my eyes, and I was like,
I could nap.
I could probably fuck with some sleep right now. So I went to, I'm unemployed, right?
Yeah.
And, fuck the government.
just as a general?
Just as a general.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know, man.
That's a weird statement.
It is.
Okay.
Like, so I got a letter. I had to attend this class. Went in to attend the class. It was 4 hours. Okay. It sucks, but at least I learned what they offer at this facility.
Yeah.
And because they're part of like our high school district here, so they have like teachers there.
Okay.
So actually, some of the classes I was interested in, so I signed up for them. Came back like 3 days later for my appointment to like work on my resume and get some job leads and all whatnot.
Yeah.
Filled out maybe like 2 hours worth of paperwork, like of just like, this is what we do, sign this. Finally met with my advisor. She has me fill out some more paperwork, and then goes, okay, so when do you want to set your appointment to work on the resume? I was like, I thought that's what I was here for today.
That's what this was.
Fuck. And she's like, oh, no. So I was like, okay, so another 4 days go by, and I come in. And she hands me like a worksheet and gives me like a website. And then basically goes, okay, just send me when you finish it. Like, send me what it is. I was there for like 15 minutes and didn't even like really work on my resume.
Wow.
I got sent home. I was like, fuck. So I still have my shitty resume.
Send that to us. Send it to the Morris clan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, believe me.
Yeah, apparently mine's just like not good. She was like, you have too much white on the page. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Send my mom your resume. She's really good.
She is good at wording things.
Mm-hmm.
She's helped me with a few essays in the past.
Yeah.
You'll never catch me turnin.com. Never.
But yeah, no, honestly, like I have 6 resumes that my mom and I have like fleshed out for different sorts of jobs.
Yeah. That's another thing is tailoring resumes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an interesting thing. Like let's talk interviews real quick.
Let's talk interviews.
All right. So I have this new belt. It's one of those like ratcheting belts, yeah. I was stuck in it for like 6 hours.
You were. That was
because
great.
I couldn't get it out. The release latch was like stuck or something, and I had to take a poo. That has nothing to do with interviews. It's just part of my interview clothes that I wore and I was stuck in.
How did you dress for your interview?
To the one I just had?
Yeah.
With the place?
Yeah.
So I ended up doing khakis.
Okay.
Like a darker khaki.
Okay.
With brown dress shoes.
Okay.
And then I did a white shirt.
Okay.
With I have a corduroy like green jacket.
Okay, yeah.
That I wore.
Jacket.
And then went through all my ties, and the best one I could have that I kind of like brought it together was kind of this like close-ish color green to like the jacket. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
Decent look.
Decent look. I was definitely the most well-dressed when I was leaving. The other gentleman looked like he was a busboy.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, literally black button down with black slacks, black shoes. No tie. And I was like,
gotta wear a tie.
Gotta wear a tie.
Tie and jacket will dress anything up. But if you want to make it an interview, leave an impression, suit.
Yeah.
Just at least suit jacket.
Yeah, I just wore a sports coat. I was like, I don't know, because I always wear the same suit, you know? I have own one suit, you know? It's like my nice suit.
Yeah.
Interview suit, wedding suit, and I was like, I never wore my sports coats. I'm just gonna mix it up, put an outfit together. So yeah, I think it went well. I got interviewed by a panel, which is interesting.
Yeah, they're a little. It's not quite intimidating. It's a lot. There's a lot of talking. There's a lot of talking.
It was back and forth. It was just like I wasn't caught off by it, but it was just I'd never been interviewed that way except when with I was also in a group, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like a group being interviewed by a panel. So it was just interesting being in there by myself and
having
the questions back and forth, yeah.
Back and forth.
And then writing down my answers to the same question, but different things, you know?
Mm-hmm. Different points that they brought up, yeah. It's an interesting process.
Yeah.
And the whole of CCA does it, so it's kind of a...
Yeah, that's where I interviewed at, was CCA. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was interesting.
I guess I shouldn't say CCA. Core Civic.
Yeah, Core Civic. My mouth got real dry. That was good.
Yeah, I've had the same thing. I mean, I haven't talked to anyone else who did interviews, but yeah, I was parched. It was like I was a man in the desert.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. But yeah, it's interesting, because I haven't interviewed for a job in a really long time. I interviewed when I started at Old Navy 10 years ago.
Wow.
And I nailed that because I came in, they were having a job fair.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to miss it. So I came in dressed up and I was like, hey, where's the manager? She came out and I was like, hey, just so you know, my name's Thomas Conyers. I applied. Where you have a job fair later, but I'll be in school or in class. So I just wanted to come in, introduce myself, put a name with the face and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. Got a job later, a week later. And I was like, cool. And then literally my next interview was at GameStop. I mean, I interviewed other places, but it was more like, this is the work I've done. And they're like, I like your work. You're hired, you know?
Hired.
Wasn't really a sit down interview me. GameStop interview, fucking just nailed. I just talked about customer service.
Ah, yeah.
Hired me. Yeah. Left. Went back to Old Navy. But I didn't have to interview again. They were just like, we know what you can do.
Yeah. That's a fun. For me, it's nice because if I know I can get to the personal interview process, I know I'll usually get the job. I mean.
Yeah, I've never been. Every job I've been interviewed face to face, I've gotten the job.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting if I don't get this, at least a job offer.
Yeah.
I might not. It's very true.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very hard not to be talking about it around your dad today.
I imagined. Yeah. I was like, I feel like Thomas wants to say something.
Yeah. There was a couple points where I was like, I just want to talk about my interview, just because it's conversation. But at the same time, I'm like, the man who has a say probably.
I mean,
yeah.
Could be worse.
Could be. Basically, I'd be working for Sterling's father if I got this job, which would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd be in the same line of field as your dad, you, and your sister.
Yep.
And we'd all have really fun conversations.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't feel so left out like I did today at dinner.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it happens.
It's one of those things where,
yeah, it's
to say it just becomes part of all that you can talk about.
Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense. You go out with work friends and you're like, let's not talk about work. But then all you have to talk about is work because that's all you do.
I do miss my hobbies.
Yeah, so I understand.
Yeah. I actually prefer not to talk about. I don't mind talking about the recipes, that's funny, but work itself.
Yeah, we don't have to get into it.
Those things.
Okay, speaking of hobbies, what if you could pick up a hobby right now and really dedicate some time to it, what hobbies would you want to get into?
I want to learn an instrument.
Yeah, I've been on that one too.
Yeah, it's either an instrument or a language.
Okay, what instrument and what language?
I was thinking Italian, if a language. I know it's not as useful, but actually you can parallel Italian with Spanish fairly well.
Yeah.
So, or Spanish. It would just be really, really convenient for my job.
Yeah, I wish my family spoke Spanish to me when I was little. Just be nice.
Yeah, that immersion.
Yeah.
I had a friend who like lived in Italy for a month and she picked up the language.
Yeah, just gotta fucking throw yourself in it and be like,
guess your way through it.
Don't talk to me in English. Like, only talk to me in Italian.
Yeah. My thing is, I end up going back to sign and I start signing stuff. Because I took 4 years of sign language. So, like, I start using just gestures and, like, descriptive. I use body language and I use signs to, like, explain things. And, yeah, it's like, I find I even do it at work sometimes. It's like,
just gesticulating.
Yeah, it's a lot of gesticulation. But yeah, so I'd really like to, I just find Italian very pretty, and I enjoy the language. And if you learn that, you can parallel it into Spanish a little bit easier, and then French and Latin.
Yeah. Okay.
I almost thought about going like weird with the root language Latin, but considering it's a dead language, it's kind of a...
Yeah, I mean, I can understand if you're going to like a science field, like definitely probably be good.
I was thinking from the history perspective. It's a lot of text and stuff that it comes in the original Latin. So if I wanted to get first sources, I could
go that way. Yeah. What about your instrument?
Instrument, I had a long like obsession with like learning the fiddle or violin.
Okay.
And I thought that'd be cool. But then,
that's a question.
Yeah.
Is a fiddle and violin two different instruments, or is it
one instrument played
differently?
You know, I don't actually know, because I would assume you could play like a classical violin like a fiddle, but I don't know.
Yeah,
but that is an interesting question.
Look it up. Or you keep talking. I'm gonna look it up.
But yeah, so I thought I was like, you know what? I want to learn that. That'd be an awesome instrument. I just love the sound of the violin. Literally, again, my dad at this point was just like, if you're gonna learn an instrument, son, might as well be a guitar or banjo.
Well, banjo's sick.
Yeah.
I wish I took the banjo class that was offered at our high school.
I know.
Like,
where you build your own
banjo and then learn how to play it. I'm like, that's a fucking sick. But they canceled the class like a year. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been cool too. Especially after, I enjoy Mumford and Sons, and they play some wicked banjo.
They do. They rock it. You know who plays a really good violin is the band Tantric.
Yes, Tantric does.
They got some good violin.
If we're speaking about violinists, then we have to bring up Lindsay Sterling.
Yeah,
both for the name factor, I appreciate her, and also that she's just awesome.
She is really talented. I watch her videos a lot.
Yeah.
And I like how it's like, I mean, it's her playing the violin, but it's like more than that, if that makes sense. Like,
you get a lot of story with it.
Yeah, which is nice. It's very Your Lie in April.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart.
Yeah. Did you see? That show. I know we're going down a rabbit hole right now. Yeah. Did you see the video of Anime Expo where there was a girl dressed up like Yuri? What was her name? What was her name from fucking Your Lie in April? Dressed up from the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. With like the keyboard thing with the blow.
Yeah.
And she was playing like characters' theme songs.
Yep, and following them around.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That was so good.
Yes.
So good.
Yep.
All right. So, a fiddle is another name for the bowed string musical instrument, more often called a violin. It is also a colloquial term for the instrument used by players in all genres, including classical music. Fiddle play, or fiddling, refers to various styles of music.
There we go. So a fiddle is just a stylistic approach. Fantastic. Thank you, Internet.
Yeah.
And thank you, Thomas.
So it sounds like you would learn to play the violin and like the basics of everything, and then your play style instead of classic would be fiddling. Which probably makes sense because I'm guessing probably Europeans brought over the violin. Mm-hmm. People took it out with them to the West. Maybe they didn't get classically trained, and they literally were just fiddling with the instrument and making sounds.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Fiddling. I like
That's what we call context clues, people.
I wish we could use those for the shit millennials say terms.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I got it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, nope, that just went totally...
So wrong.
Fuck, what did my cousin Timmy say today?
Oh, God.
Who's a millennial. He dropped one on me, like, to his friend.
Is that what we call that segment? Because I'm then like, wait, technically we're millennials too, but...
Yeah, but I think there's, like, a distinction.
Yeah.
There's, like, there's, like, a gap.
Huge.
Yeah.
Massive gap.
Yeah, I can't even remember the fucking word he said. I just remember him saying it to his friend, and I just stopped, and I was like, what? He's like, you know what the word means, right? I'm like, yeah, but I've just never heard it used. Like, I get what you mean by saying that word, but why?
Why?
Yeah.
What is your purpose here?
Yeah. I got called the N-word the other day.
Really?
Yeah. But like in an endearing way.
Oh.
Okay. It was by an African-American. But it caught me off guard. But then I was like, really like, yeah.
Yeah.
It was at work.
You felt really cool?
Yeah, I just asked him if he was okay. And he's like, oh, I'm straight. And blank. I was like,
okay.
All right.
All right.
Caught me off guard, but at the same time, I was like, dope.
Yeah. It happened to me at Lowe's a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. But I've heard straight a lot lately now, too.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm straight.
I'm straight.
I'm like,
it's making a comeback.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. Real quick. Instrument, harmonica, or bass guitar. I have had a bass guitar now for years.
A bass for years.
And I've fiddled with it. And I can...
Hand gesture included.
Yeah. And, I can't do any crazy things, but like if you were like, hey, play the E, and then go down to
a bass line on E.
Yeah, or hey, play me a cool like scale to keep a rhythm. I can do that, but I can't improvise because I'm not good at it. So either of those two instruments.
Okay.
And then hobby, I really want to get back into. I did martial arts when I was younger, and I really liked like Kempo and like boxing. I would enjoy getting back into like either Kempo, which is like an Okinawan martial arts mixed with like boxing. I'm like, oh, that was fun. Or like just straight up boxing would be fun. Yeah.
All right. So we're joining a boxing gym next.
Great. Sounds fucking sick. Either that or get better at shooting.
That's a good one.
Because I feel like it's a good skill to have.
Yeah.
As an American. The rest of the world may not agree.
Yeah.
But hey, at least I can confidently say I have my gun. I like owning my gun because of my Second Amendment right. But I own my gun because it is something I enjoy. It's a tool. And it's a skill that I would like to have.
Exactly.
I like guns.
Yeah.
I'm American and I like guns. Please do not take my guns away.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, it'd be like someone taking my swords away.
Yeah.
Or my guns.
Yeah.
Don't take my weapons from me.
I'm a responsible gun owner. I do everything by the law that you put in front of me to get my gun. So please don't take my gun away.
Yeah. I put full effort into it.
What's that song? Please don't take my baby away. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Oh. You are my sunshine.
Oh, we can't sing that song right now. I'm gonna make me cry.
Are you gonna put it on? Oh, I was like, I'm sorry. Is it because we're going on YouTube? Is that
No.
Oh,
no, it's much a sadder story.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Again, it's like a You're Lying April thing.
Yeah, it is pretty much. We started singing it, and all of a sudden I was like, I was like, I had like all these feelings. I was like, we gotta stop.
Oh no.
This is it's gonna make me cry on the podcast.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
You're okay.
No, all right.
Speaking of podcasts, do you listen to the Adventure Zone?
Yes.
Okay.
I love the Adventure
Did you listen to the recent episode 68? Okay.
I'm behind.
All right.
By like 3 episodes.
You need to catch up.
I know.
That's all I'm gonna say. Like it gets good, and then you have 68, which may be the second to last episode. So there may be one more episode, which I would love, because that means the campaign would end on episode 69.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Right? I was like,
that's amazing.
I was like, it has to end. Like I almost tweeted Griffin. I was like, Griffin, you realize if it ends next episode, it'll be episode 69. Please.
Do this for me.
Do it for the people. But I was listening today at work because I finally had some time to listen. Fucking cried like a little bitch.
Oh,
like
man.
At work.
Oh.
I guess that could have been my embarrassing moment as well today.
That's it. I cried openly at work.
I weeped, like not like a silent, like stoic cry. Like I was like
bawling. Yeah, the full crocodile tear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good. It's just some moments where you get like, I don't know. I've noticed this I think I've talked to you about this as I get older. Like stupid shit makes me really emotional.
Oh yeah.
So like it used to be like, oh, the credit song from Left Behind, Land Before Time. When he's like looking for his mom. I'm like, oh man, he's looking for his mom.
Yeah.
And then from that it went up to anything that has to do with father and son, or like boy and pet. It's like, oh man, okay, that's getting me.
Fox and the Hound.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now it's like, fucking. It went from that to like soldier coming home videos, and I was like, oh, like just happy feels.
Yeah.
So like fucking, I'm watching TV and like, you know, I'm watching like an anime, and like the guys are just finally like, this will be our last stand. Together we will win. We'll do this. You start. We'll get it done. And everyone's just getting so hyped, and I'm just so happy for everyone that I start crying. I'm like, what?
It's okay, man. You started saying that, and I was like, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just so happy for these fucking fictional characters. I'm just like Naruto.
Oh man,
especially the last like half of like the last season. When there's just like moments where you're just like the moment when the village accepted Naruto, I just was crying like a bitch.
just
not saying like a bitch is a bad derogative. I know.
If not female, like just a
like a dog in heat. Yeah. I was crying.
Just weeping.
I was openly weeping of joy.
It's okay. Have that moment in Fairy Tail, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just fucking don't get it.
Everyone, the hand up.
Yeah.
Just for Laxus. Oh, that was just season 1.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I have like another 300 episodes to get through. How am I going to do this?
Yeah, I'm like, where are these feelings coming from?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It's so fast too.
I know.
But it's like on a daily recurrence now. Like I'm just like, I'm like always so cautious of things to watch or things.
Mine's like, Facebook. Sometimes when people post some stuff that just like, and I know they're looking for that emotional response, they get it from me.
Yeah.
They get it. Things about animals getting hurt.
Oh God.
Oof. Women getting hurt as well. That one, I get more like angry tears with that though.
Yeah.
I can't stand when kids, women, or animals get hurt.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I don't know why I'm very unfeeling towards them. Actually, certain men too. Like a lot of them. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't care. It's like if you're in this situation, sometimes it's your own fault. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah.
It was like when we were talking to your sister today about like when men buy women drinks that they assume like because it was my assumption when we were discussing it, because I've never bought a drink for a lady.
Yeah.
Like I've never gone to a stranger like, let me buy you a drink, you know? But like it was my assumption if I did buy a lady a drink, you know, at least my thought process would be like, hey, by the way, even if the drink was getting made and she wanted to take the drink and lift afterward, but as the drink was getting poured, it's like, by the way, my name's Tom. What's your name? Oh, cool. You run from around here? Yeah, awesome. What do you do? I do this, like the nice chit chat.
A discussion.
Yeah, and she gets the drink, and then she's like, all right, I'm gonna go back to my friends. I'm like, all right, we'll have a great night. Yeah. And if she wants to be like, hey, do you want to go chat? I'm like, yeah, let's go chat.
Yeah.
But your sister was saying like, you buy like a $5 beer, and all of a sudden like the guy assumes that they're
going home.
Like, oh, cool, you want to go home? Or like they're have to stick around you to make sure like you're their kill. Does that make sense? Like it's a very weird.
Well, she put it best. It's like, you know, for that $5 drink, they've bought them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? That literally, that concept, even though she said it, just completely boggled my mind, because I could never imagine thinking anything remotely like that. Like,
literally the only way I think of if I ever bought a woman was bought her time by like, I hired a prostitute and she's coming to have sex with me for $200 for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I literally rented 30 minutes of her time and she's coming in, but I would never be like, I just bought you a $5 beer, so you must come home with me.
You're obligated to speak with me and then come home and have sex with me.
You're going to suck my dick for 2 hours like in porn, and then I will come in 10 seconds and then I will kick you out.
Wow.
Like,
that's a very graphic description.
Yeah, like fuck that, dude.
Yeah, seriously, where the fuck do you guys get off? You don't.
And then she was saying people, and then they get mad at her when she's like, "No, I'm okay. Thank you for the beer, though," or
I don't want your beer.
Yeah, or I don't want it. Oh, I bought an extra. You can have it if you want to. Yeah, fuck that.
But where's that sense of entitlement?
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
When she said that, I was like, fuck that. Next time you go out, I'm gonna go out with you, and if a guy does that, I'll just be like,
what the fuck did you just
What did you just do?
Did you just try? Yeah.
Are you assuming that your beer has bought this lady, like, has guaranteed you?
Yeah. Is this your 2 cows and a couple silver pieces? Like,
yeah. Like, is this your dowry? Like, why don't you come in and actually be like, hey, what's your name? Awesome. Like,
you're an individual that I'd like to speak to.
Yeah.
And I'm using buying this beverage as an icebreaker. So that's the only way I could ever imagine like buying a drink for someone. Unless like I've asked someone if they'd like to go out and get a drink and as a date.
Yeah.
But that's a different scenario. I'm talking about coming up to a stranger
at a bar.
And like, hey, can I buy you a beer? And like, again, asking. That's the thing. Or some of these guys are, from the sound of it, are just buying alcohol and like, hey, do you want this? Like, it's like hanging a steak in front of a T-Rex.
It's almost sounding like they're hoping that drink that they buy for that lady is the one that's putting them over like the buzz to drunk stage.
Yeah.
You know, and being like,
make a poor decision.
Yeah, you want to come home with me? You know, I'm drunk now, so yes. Like, that's almost what it sounds like. They just kind of like serve at the bar.
Yeah.
But speaking of pickup lines, you were reading a book before we started. Of pickup lines.
Yes.
I don't want you to open it. This is gonna be a game we're gonna play and go out on.
Fantastic.
We're at a bar. All right. You and me, we're both single men. We've gone to a bar before. You've done very well. I feel like we wingman well.
We do. We can.
Like, without communicating, we need a wingman for each other. We just pick up on social cues from each other very well.
Yeah. It's second nature.
It is. It just happens. Like,
we should do that again.
We should. We should. We really could. We probably could have many girls. That sounds very cocky. We probably could have many conversations with lovely, individual, powerful women at bars.
Yeah.
And be the life of that party very easily.
Yeah.
If we just went out.
You know what? We need to do this.
Yeah. It's just fucking expensive.
Yeah, it is expensive. We should go out on a relatively affordable evening.
Yeah.
Find like a nice happy hour.
Yeah. Like, I'm going out on Wednesday just because I'm in downtown San Diego. And I'm never down there. I'm down there for work. And I literally get paid cash that day. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to budget it myself. And I'm going to go to a bar. I'm going to have like a drink or two. Just because I'm in downtown, I'm never down there at night.
Yeah.
I'm going to have some money. And I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
And I put it on Facebook, and I think Caroline's joining me, actually.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
She's like, I'm not going to drink, but I'll watch you drink. And I'm like, cool, I'm not going to get shit-faced. Like, I'm literally going to have like a gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic, yeah. Just to relax and enjoy after like a day of work.
Yeah. And I was like, just because I don't come down here often.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the scenario. We're at a bar.
Okay.
I feel like we need to share this story, though. We went to a meetup, first meetup ever in San Diego.
Yeah.
It was like a nerd meetup.
Star Wars. It was May the 4th.
May the 4th. It was very nice. Long story short, though, me and Sterling split up to meet people. Sterling somehow found the attractive women at the party, and I found the socially awkward nerds that wanted to like talk about crazy stuff that I was like, I'm interested in, but I'm not
that deep into.
I'm not gonna fuck it, you know, like okay,
understandable.
So I find Sterling, and of course he's in the middle of a social circle. I join in, and slowly as the circle's going, we are dominating conversation.
Yeah.
And to put it lightly, men are falling off.
Yeah,
like
we are edging out the other males in this social situation.
So very soon it becomes lady, Sterling, myself, and other relatively attractive gentleman who is on par. He's throwing game as well.
Yeah.
It's almost like I was thinking of like a tennis match where we were on a team and it was him, and he was like rallying our ploys.
Yeah.
But eventually we prevailed, and I picked up on the cues. Sterling was interested in lady. We just finally I think we weared him down. He just like, I'm leaving.
We ended up taking the conversation that he was trying to direct at the attractive lady and shifting it to Thomas responding and engaging this gentleman in conversation.
Yeah, basically I was taking his things and just being the guy, and finally he leaves, and then it turns into, all right, anyone who joins this conversation, they're going to talk to me. I'll be the friendly guy that's like, oh, talk to me, and Sterling and lady will continue their conversation, and then when they leave, I'll come back and be like, hey. And it worked out well.
It did.
Yeah, you got a girlfriend out of it for a while.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
But that's our game. Like, we didn't go in planning for a girlfriend, but
we did not.
And we didn't discuss a plan of like, all right, you're gonna wingman man for me. It's just like a situation.
Cool.
Like,
let's go hang out. This is happening. Situation, and
let's go.
There happened to be someone of like that picked up my interest. Let's go move forward.
Yeah, it was very good. So we're in that situation again. Okay. Maybe a different location bar. I'm not around though.
Okay.
For the dinner, we're just out. You see a lady at the bar. What is your opening line?
I'm gonna walk up, of course, by her side. I'm gonna order a drink. knowing me, it's probably going to be a Crown and Coke. That's kind of my go-to. If not, I enjoy a Long Island. So.
Shit. Okay.
I love the flavor for one.
It is good, but it is literally like Crown and Coke, where it's like, I can sip on this for like 45 minutes, get maybe a little buzz going, but I'm not going to go anywhere. To Long Island iced tea, I'm fucking gonna down this, and I'll see you in the morning.
I'll see you in the morning. Now I don't drink often, but yeah, but anyway, those are just kind of my go-tos.
Yeah.
If I really want to relax, I'll have like 2 Long Islands in the evening, and I'll be good.
Yeah.
I'll be buzzed, and I'll just be relaxed. But yeah, Crown and Coke for like a social drink is kind of my go-to. So I'll get a Crown and Coke, and I'll just turn. It's like, oh, how are you doing? That would be my thing. How are you doing? And then I'd introduce myself. I usually start with my name, and that will, segue into like, oh, that's an interesting name. It's usually what comes up when people first.
Yeah, you got a good opener with your name.
Yeah.
What is it? Sterling, like the silver.
Like the silver. And usually, like, because bars and situations are loud, I have to point to a piece of jewelry, and then or say Archer, and people get that.
Yeah,
that's a big one.
But then you can be like, but I had the name first.
Exactly.
Or something. Yeah.
So
my knife's stuck open, so don't touch it. I'll fix it after the podcast.
But that's my opener. If I feel like joking, the situation seems really awkward. Like, I'll come in, it's like, if it's like a group especially, and I'm trying to open up the group, it's like, hey, so how much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice. Hi, my name's Sterling. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It is terrible, but because of that, it's a little funny. It's like, this guy's trying to be funny, and that just is enough to get a conversation started.
Right on.
But, or like, I'll pick up on, like, something, watch, earrings, something to like connect a conversation. Like, oh, that's a nice watch. Hi, name's Sterling. Nice to meet you. We'll go do a little bit. What do you do? Like, oh, do you live in the area? Like, I've never been good with lines. Maybe it's because I can't remember them. I don't know why it is. They just, as soon as I hear one, I think, oh, that's funny, or oh, that's a good one, and then the next one, it's out of my head. I can remember a book I read 5 years ago. Everything that happened in it and tell you about it, but when it comes to pickup lines or lines, I just never
it never works.
So I'm not very good at like insults or like firing off things of that nature. I'm not good at burns. I can take part in like a conversation where I have a few good zingers, but like remembering something or coming up with something on the fly, not great at it.
That takes practice. It literally just takes like a lot of just fucking saying like the first thing that comes in your mouth. That's what, like, so going off like me, like I've never been good at lines either, and I don't pick up girls at bars. Like,
I just never have.
Like I joke with you guys sometimes where I'm like, I don't remember how I dated. Like I don't remember how I met a girl and like asked her out and like all of a sudden we were boyfriend girlfriend. Like I don't remember how I got to that
process happened.
I don't remember.
No.
And I've never met like a girl online dating either, so I'm like, I'm on there, but like it never works out. So I'm like, I don't know how I got girls. Like I'm almost to the point where I want to like email my exes and be like, hey, why did you start going out with me? What did I say? What did I do? Because I'm at a loss. Like, I'm also writing a book about my ex-girlfriends. It's pretty fucking hilarious. So I probably should get the permission though before I put them in.
Probably.
I mean, I changed their names and it's more of like a fiction.
It's like a satire.
Yes. So it's called I'm not even going to tell you. But yeah, so I never would go up to anyone and be like, oh, is that a compact mirror in your pocket? Because I see myself in them, like
I see myself in your pants.
Yeah. It's like,
or the man. Are you? What was the one? Are you my appendix?
Oh yeah.
Because this feeling in my stomach makes me think I should take you out.
Yeah.
So the fact that I just remember that is because I literally just read it. But yeah, and it's like I could never think of something like that.
Yeah, I can never come up with that. So like normally my stuff is I'll hear a conversation going on and I know it's kind of, I'll interject myself. Like, like my thing is very like, oh, I'm talking blah, blah, blah. And they'll be like, blah, blah, blah. And then like either they laugh and kind of open the conversation and I start talking, or they're like, oh, good one. And I'm like, yeah. And I walk away. Or I have a film camera and I take pictures of people, and people at parties, when you have a camera and want their picture taken,
are just
huge. Very friendly and just willing to interact with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I literally get a gin and tonic. If the lady was at a bar, hopefully she was talking to someone. They said something I heard, and I can kind of be like, witty comment, like, because that's like my only thing I have going for me is I have a dry sense of witty thing.
Humor, yeah,
where
very much so.
Or I deliver things very deadpan.
Yeah.
Like I had a customer. Yeah. Oh fuck! I didn't tell you about the customer. I had a customer yesterday.
Okay.
A lady, and she was around my age, maybe a little younger.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, I want a room," and I was like, "Okay, it's $1 per item. Like, you want to take in?" And she just starts laughing, like because I'm just standing in the fitting room, and she's like, "I just want a room." And I was like, "Okay, it's $1 per item you want to take in," and she starts giggling, and like we're making eye contact, and then I'm like, "I don't know why you're laughing. I'm dead serious." You know, and my manager, who's also a lady, like laughed once, like the appropriate, like, like normally when I joke with customers, I joke with customers all the time. Like,
yeah, of course.
That's like my stick. When they come in the fitting room, I'm like, "How many do you have?" And they go, "I don't know." And I'm like, "I don't know is not a number." You know, like shit like that.
Yeah,
And like, I'm sure someday someone's going to take it the wrong way, but that's how I talk to customers at the store. I'm just like, fucking, whatever.
Dry humor.
Yeah. So she's laughing still. And I'm like, "I don't know why you're laughing. I'm dead serious." And she just starts giggling, but it's not like nervous laughter. It's like flirtatious laughter. Like everything this guy is saying is fucking hilarious. I was like,
this guy is fire right now.
And like, I got really fucking awkward because I was like, "Well, you look like you're fucking 20 years old and you probably think I'm flirting with you right now. Your room's over there." And like, even my manager's like, "You need to stop flirting with customers." I was like, I didn't even
think I was flirting.
I didn't even mean to.
What?
I didn't even mean to do it. That's like the second time. One time, customer, I almost left a hard tag on her pants.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh yeah, don't leave that on there." And I'm like, "I know, if I left it on, I would have had to tackle you when you set off the alarm." And she's like, "Actually, then leave it on." I just stopped.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, she was like a 40-year-old woman. I just kind of stopped for a moment. I looked up at her. I was like,
"Be gentle."
"Would you like the receipt with you or in the bag?" Oh man, but yeah.
See, that's the one time I came up with a good line. I would have looked and said, "Be gentle."
Be gentle. Yeah. So, never been good at lines.
Yeah.
When I'm on tequila, I can.
When you're on tequila, you are something else. You are a force.
I am a force.
Sometimes you also go and lay down outside.
I do. I get hot.
Yeah.
But the 3 times I've been on like just buzzing on tequila, I opened a set with 2 girls at a random bar once. Had sex in a bathroom New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I was there for that.
Certainly was there.
There's a story there.
There is. For another time.
For another time.
And then other tequila night, I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure it was good. It didn't end in sexy times, but it did end in could have been sexy times.
Could have been sexy times.
But I was a responsible adult.
That's good.
And respected the lady's body.
That's good.
Yes.
I feel like I don't know about this time.
It was during someone's birthday.
Oh, yeah. All right. Never mind. Okay.
And things could have progressed easily if I had wanted them to, because we were both kind of in that mood.
Both were kind of.
But I decided.
Saucy.
Yeah, but and we were definitely flirty with each other. But then I decided to be a gentleman and be like, we're both drunk, and I don't want us to regret this in the morning just because we made
a mistake.
Yeah. I don't want things to stay the way they are and not be weird because of me wanting to get it down for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it was
10 minutes. Wow.
Dude, it was a lot of tequila.
Oh, okay. That's understandable.
But I was being an adult. Anyways, do you have anything you would like to say?
No, I think that's a great line to end it out on because that was very entertaining. But yeah, we'll have to go to a bar, and then I feel like we should go out and then podcast after.
Yeah, dude, we should. It's fucking 9:30 right now.
Let's do this.
Let's go to a bar right now.
Fantastic.
As we're juked up on like fucking everything. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for joining us on another 2-man podcast. Mm-hmm. Thank you for joining us this week on the Bear's Den. Thank you for hibernating with us this week in the Bear's Den. I've been your host, Tom Conyers. Join
Sterling Morris.
And until next time, rub-a-dub-chub.